Hey, I'm David Mark, and today I'm going to talk about the idea of don't brief, certify. Now, I'm sitting here at the airport, and you see all these airplanes behind me. And before we on the submarine, or these guys out here, would do some major operation like take off, or for us, load a torpedo, we would do what we called a briefing. Now, we thought we were doing the right thing with these briefings. Briefings were definitely best practice, and there's this expectation that you're supposed to do a briefing before, say, you load or torpedo. And here's how a briefing went. It would be a brief. The person in charge would get the book out, they'd read through the book, essentially page by page, and tell people what their jobs were. They'd kind of get a head nod if the people were still awake, and then we go and do it. But briefings didn't encourage thinking, it didn't encourage a lot of preparation from the people, and it was sort of a top-down, camouflaged form of tell me what to do, right? You show up to the brief, you get told what to do. So one day, kind of realized this, and we said no more briefings. We changed the word to certification. Now, certifications are different from briefings in two ways. Way number one is that it's bottom up. So in other words, we would then ask the sailors, or you would ask your team, hey, what's your job? What decisions might you make? What are you going to be looking for? What are you worried about? What communications are you going to have with other people on the team? And so there's a sort of questioning aspect, and the person ought to be able to describe what their job is. And then part two is, at the end of that, the person responsible for the operation, the pilot in the case of these airplanes, or the weapons officer in the case of a weapons load on the submarine, would then certify the team is ready in the form of a final exam and say, okay guys, look in everyone's eyes, hey, are you guys, everyone's awake, alert, pass the questions, we're ready to do it. So that's the two differences. Number one, it's bottoms up, and number two, we make a decision to go forward.